Nandana. Welcome, Mubashir.
All trustees, I have sent a copy of the background on our trustee group.
Ravi, it is 5 p.m. I think we can start.
Shall we start?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you on behalf of the Sugun Thomas Foundation to the 16th annual day and the second online version. My name is Ravi Chituri and I'm one of the founder trustees of the foundation. It's now 16 years since Sugun passed away and 16 years since we established STF. When we started STF in 2005, little did we even imagine that we would have so many people attending our annual day. On behalf of the trustees, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to this annual day meeting. Firstly, we'd like to welcome all the donors who have been the backbone of this organization. It is only with your help and support that we have been able to rapidly grow and progress. We'd like to next welcome all the mentors who are the heart of this organization. The mentors play a very important role in helping us fulfill the STF vision. They help guide the children during their journey with STF, keeping them happy and wholesome. We now next like to welcome all the corporate representatives where a lot of our alumni are working. Your organizations have welcomed our children and we are very grateful for that. We next welcome all the teachers and educationalists here where our children are studying. We also welcome all the well-wishers of STF who attend the annual day event every year and support us. And finally, we extend a warm welcome to all our children, both the alumni and the current students. You are the reason for our existence, and we are sure that you will continue to make us proud always. I welcome you once again, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure you'll enjoy this meeting. Before I pass you on to the secretary, I request all of you to remain in silence for a minute in memory of Sugun. Thank you. Susan? Mute, yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Ravi, for that welcome. Joel Barker, the philosopher, has a famous line. Vision without action is just a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. But vision with action can change the world. It's been 16 years now since Sugun passed away and that STF was born. So many years ago, 16 years ago actually, we wrote our vision as to help provide educational and social opportunities for young people that will enable them to address issues of inequality and disadvantage which they face. And we also wrote to help raise a generation of responsible and creative individuals active in shaping their own lives, local communities, and the future of the country. Fairly lofty visioning for a fledgling organization like STF. But over the years, we have in our own way managed to bring about a significant change in the lives of 297 children. We couldn't reach 300 yet, but 297 is a large number. I'm sure you will agree, of which 103 are boys and 117 are girls. We have 78 children who are studying with us currently, and the rest are the alumni. My report won't be like it has been in the past because we have changed our working structure. We have a management committee, which is the operating arm of STF. Each member of the managing committee is in charge of a specific role. Like we have Gina for selection, Sashi for mentoring, Cherian for donors, Ravi Shankar for communication and placement, and Sudakshana for alumni. Besides them, we have the treasurer Varghese and I and the secretary. We meet once a month and discuss progress in each of the verticals and move on. The day-to-day running is handled by 2 efficient staff, and of course, unemployment for parents because of the pandemic, some losing their parents because of the pandemic. So all in all, it's been quite a tumultuous year. We at STF have geared up to this demand. We have tried to support our children in various ways, providing them mobile phones, getting them gifts of battery packs, and more recently laptops, and of course, open scholarships for children who have been affected because of the pandemic. You will hear from the different speakers about the various changes we have made in our policies to ensure the best for our children. While looking into the future, what STF needs is scale. We have taken 16 years to get to 297 children with 78 currently students. We perhaps want to get to 500 by 2025 and have 100 students studying with us at all times. For this, we know that our way of working has to get scaled up too. We need to partner with more schools and colleges for the input process to be enhanced. Right now, we are in Chennai and Salem only. We could spread out more. We need to have the right sources for more mentors from different streams. We need to get our communication and awareness campaign right. We have made a start with a brand new look and feel website, which I urge you all to see. We need to get our placement process working with tie-ups with companies to give our students a chance at employment with them. And finally, we need to get the donors, individuals and corporates who believe in our vision and who are willing to donate generously to the Sugun Thomas Foundation. Of course, our vision is man-made. I believe that STF has been guided all these years by a power far greater than man. And this power tells us and knows exactly what is right for us at each point of time. Who knows, 500 children by 2025 may be too small a vision. We have seen the huge impact a child from an impoverished family makes, not only on her family, but also on the entire community. One engineer or a doctor or a chartered accountant, a lawyer, a graduate from an impoverished community or a vulnerable household inspires hundreds of children to do better and better. As we go forward, let's create more and more opportunities for a large number of children to rise up and touch the skies. Thank you. I now request our Treasurer, Mr. K.R. Varghese, to give us a glimpse of the year ended 31/3/2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Susan, for the introduction. And I now move on to the presentation from the Treasurer. I will start first with the report, the balance sheet of the year ended March 21st, 2021. As you can see on the screen, the total donations we reached during the year was 53 lakhs, 12,000. And it was during the COVID period. And I would say that was a tremendous contribution from our donors. We had a bank balance as on March 31st of 9,78,000. We paid a net fees of 22,91,688 for students, but we also paid an additional amount of 3,89,947 for mobile phones and SIM cards to help online classes for our students last year. And our admin expenses was about 2,82,000, which you can see is about 10 to 12% of the overall expenses. We got an income of about 2 lakhs from fixed deposits as far as interest is concerned from fixed deposits. And our current fixed deposit, which is our corpus also, is about close to 1.29 crores. Yeah, you can move. Some of the updates of what has happened since the last annual day. Moti Philip continues to be our pro bono auditor for STF. He has done a fantastic job for us for the last 16 years. I really have to thank him. And I also thank the offices of both Joyform and Universe Systems for housing our employees. We have newly taken CSR registration number, which is now a compulsory mandatory number to be taken from the government. We've taken that this year in July. We also have renewed our ATG, which is the income tax exemption, sanctioned from the government, and it is valid till the year 23-24. We have also got the renewal of our 12AA, which is GST exemption for the up to the year 23-24. What we have also managed to do is that 100% of all donations are being contributed towards students. Administration costs are largely being borne by the interest from corpus and trustees only. We have also added a new employee for accounts because of the planning for the future. So in every year, the treasurer does a budget exercise in which we allocate the funds for the year for selection of new students. This year, as Susan has highlighted, we had planned to grow the organization and try. Our first target is to have 100 active students. To do this, obviously, we need to understand what kind of funding is available with us. So initially, when we started the year, before we allocated the budget, the funds, we have existing 25 students carried over from the last year, which will cost Sugun Thomas Foundation 40 lakhs of rupees for their lifetime. So we came up with a few new proposals to the rest of the management committee. One of them was to create a donor to student mapping plan with annual and lifetime packages. The donor head, Cherian, will deal a little bit more in detail with this donor mapping plan. We also started an online payment portal on our website. It is live now, and anybody who has a look at the new revamped website will be able to have a look at how to pay online to STF. So during this financial year, that is this financial year, we approved 2 lots of budgets of all 50 lakhs rupees for annual cost of students, which will cost Sugun Thomas Foundation a lifetime of 1.5 crores. This was based on incoming response to our packages and response from our donors and commitments from our donors. that we have now, we gave an initial sanction of 25 lakhs to the child selection committee, and then subsequently over the last month we gave another sanction of another 25 lakhs to the child selection committee. So also we have converted all our fixed deposits, which were cumulative deposits, into quarterly earning interest earning deposits. This is directly going to be used for administration cost. Yeah, so that kind of sums up my report from the treasurer's side. I now hand it over to Gina, our child selection head, for the next part of the presentation.
Thank you, Verghese. Good evening, everyone. One of the challenges of the foundation in the year 2021 was the student selection. Our student selection process is meticulous and is a series of face-to-face meetings with the children, followed by a house visit that has evolved over the last 16 years. The COVID situation made these very difficult, but we were unwilling to compromise our rigorous selection process. We had sent emails to around 30 institutions, briefing them about STF's scholarship. A meeting was arranged with a
Dina, you're muted. Dina, you're muted.
We had sent emails to around 30 institutions, briefing them about STF scholarship. A meeting was arranged with the District Child Protection Unit, CPU, Mr. Ramesh Karthik, inquiring about COVID victims in need. Earlier this year, medical and dental colleges were unable to respond to our inquiries, as either all of the staff was occupied with the COVID patients or they themselves were affected by COVID. Countless challenges were faced during this difficult time. Many letters and emails were sent to arts and professional colleges and schools for referring COVID victims. Several students were busy due to online classes and exams, while some didn't even have the resources to connect to the Zoom or WhatsApp meetings. During the online interviews and house visits, numerous parents had to prioritize their work over their calls and could not attend. Shivagami, our STF employee, visited both medical and engineering colleges in person for reference of underprivileged students. This year, we have received more than 100 applications from schools, colleges, and through references. After thorough scrutiny, we selected 53 students for the year 2021, out of which 22 are COVID victims and 31 are underprivileged children. These children were selected from 22 different colleges and 9 schools. Many of these are second and third year students who are unable to pay their fees. Some of the COVID victims approached us through social media too. The unexpected death of their parents has left them at a loss. Hence, contrary to our rigorous selection process, much importance was not given to their marks. Awarding these students with scholarship will help them overcome the mental trauma and give them confidence to move on in life. The budget initially allotted for the year 2021 was 25 lakhs, which was fully utilized. Later on, due to additional funds being available, we were able to award scholarship to more students. So till date, a total of 53 beneficiaries have been selected for the year 2021. This makes a total of 78 active students currently. Now, for a few words on the 3 of our newly selected beneficiaries. Can we move to the next slide? Yes. Karunya I is an 11th standard student in St. Ursula's pursuing commerce. Her father, a pastor who used to conduct church services in his own house, earned around 800 rupees a week. In the month of April, he was tested positive for COVID and was admitted in a private hospital. Once he was moved to the ICU, his family was kept in the dark on his condition. 3 weeks later, they were informed of his grave fate, and a huge amount was borrowed and spent for his treatment, in spite of which they could not save him. Karunya has two younger siblings. Her mother now takes care of the small church which her father used to maintain. Being the eldest child, Karunya has taken on the family burden and was worried for their education and her family's future. With all the support from STF and her mentor, she's now able to focus on her studies. Mani Megale N is from Seva Southern School. Her father is an auto driver and earns about 9,000 rupees a month. Her mother works as a house helper and earns about 7,000 rupees a month. Mani Megale was a school topper in class 10, and in class 12, she stood school second. She lost her first place by 6 marks to Aarti, who has also been chosen for scholarship by STF. Mani Megale is a hard worker who did not take any outside help for her achievements. She is 4-time winner in Sanskrit elocution at district level, 5-time winner in Sanskrit Bhagavad Gita chanting at district level, first place in Tamil and English elocution at school level, and first place for drawing at school level. She has gotten admission into BSc Cardiac Care Technology in Dr. MGR University and Research Institute. She has a keen interest in taking care of heart patients. Mani Megale is extremely grateful to be given this scholarship under STF, as her family is unable to fund her education. Naveen Krishnan is a third-year B.Tech IT student of SSN. He approached STF when he was in second year as he was unable to pay the fees. His father is a carpenter who earns about 6,000 a month. The pandemic left him with no work and hence was unable to take care of family and education. Naveen Krishnan, being a very good student, was awarded merit scholarship by the school in 10th, 11th, and 12th. His hard work got him admission in SSN Engineering College. He's been averaging 9.1 GPA in both first and second year. He lost his mother when he was very young, and they live in a joint family. He has two elder sisters, one is married and the other pursuing BCom. He is looking forward to helping his family come out of this current situation. His ambition is to become a data science analyst. Now I would like to call T. Jayashree, who is in her third year in Meenakshi Sundararajan College, to talk about her selection process this year with STF. Thank you.
A very good evening to one and all present here. My name is Jayashree. I'm pursuing third year BE Computer Science at Meenakshi Sundararajan Engineering College, Chennai. My father was a cancer patient and he passed away in the month of February 2021. After his death, my entire family were in a dreadful situation. Everything looked blank for us, and my education was a big question mark. I was unable to think further of what I'm going to do. At this point of time, I came to know about STF through my college. I approached STF knowing they would support only first year students and requested support for my education. Really, a miracle happened to me at that time. No other organizations will give their helping hands at ease for a student of third year, but understanding my family situation and considering the importance of my education, they selected me. I attended a Zoom interview along with my mother. Gina ma'am and Susan ma'am interviewed me. They asked me many questions on my family, on my education, on if I was serious and so. They looked around my home through the Zoom video conferencing, and finally they selected me. My education is now being taken care of STF, and my mind is calm and I'm able to concentrate more on my studies ever than before. I also got a laptop from STF, which I was longing to buy, but I could not able to afford for that because of our financial situation. It is very useful for my studies. Apart from financial support, they also provided us a mentor, Rose Alafat, who gives me moral support. She takes care in my educational progress and in my well-being too. STF calls me once a month and monitor my welfare, academic performance, and encourage me to increase the level of my performance. I take this opportunity to thank all the members in STF for your support extended to me in my desperate situation. I surely believe that I will reach a great height with all your support and reciprocate it to STF in whichever way I might. Thank you all for your time. Now, I request Mr. Cherian, Head of Donation, to continue. Thank you.
Greetings to all. Happenings on the donor front. This year at the foundation embarked on a donor mapping of students, wherein we map the students directly to the corporate donor. The donor gets to know who are the students in their fold, gets quarterly report on the students' progress in academics as well as extracurricular activities. Here, the donor decides to pay either the lump sum cost of the entire education in one shot or commits to pay annually. Individual donor mapping of students have also started and would be completed soon. With the launch of the redesigned new STF website going live, payment gateway have been activated for new donors. Give India fundraisers platform, a platform STF has registered itself, have been steadily getting attention, especially during the Joy of Giving Week held recently. Thanks to Kiran Ramaraj. Give India fundraiser, STF also had a supporters discussion meeting with some eminent people in the industry. Mr. R. Ramaraj, Mr. Ramesh Ramanathan, Mr. Ajit Sundareshan, Mr. Vishwanathan, Mr. K. Mahalingam, all who deliberated on how to scale up STF. Get the students' employment ready, the industry's expectation from students, recruitment process. The entire discussions were ably steered by our own Mr. Ravi Shankar, who is planning to incorporate the insights gained into our foundation. Coming to the most important and interesting part for many, but scary to me, finance. We started the financial year on a very frightening, grim scenario with absolutely nothing or very little money dripping, sending jitters to my spine during the first quarter. Last year, I had only one boss to report to, the STF secretary. As the phrase goes, no servant can serve two masters. This year, lucky or unlucky, I was to have two bosses, the secretary and treasurer, who kept nagging me, how much, when, why nothing, what did you? I just did not know how to handle them. I would like to thank our Almighty God for the angels He sent. The first angel appeared to STF in the form of our own Mr. Ravi Shankar, who donated in his individual capacity 5 lakhs. I have seen many of our Tamil vendors in my childhood days coming early in the morning and asking my mother, Amma, boni pannu. That happened for us too, which donations followed from Ashok Alexander and many others. We had corporate donors like Sundaram Fasteners, VSNB Containers, Heat and Control, all enhancing their yearly donations during this pandemic. Even new donors, we had Akshara Charitable Trust, and all others have come forward too. We also had Rotary Club of Chennai Towers coming forward to distribute laptops to all our students. Appreciate the efforts of Sanjay Ahuja. Oracle's employees too raised money and distributed power banks to our students. Appreciate the efforts of Pooja Mazumdar and Kamal Peter. A fundraising online poetry reading event was conducted by Mrs. Shan, who donated the entire proceeds to STF. Another noteworthy fund collection was an on-the-spot fund collection, which was done during the memorial meeting of Dr. Shona Matthew, by her daughter, Rachel Matthew. Mackenzie was kind enough to donate office chairs to all our students, which was delivered to their homes. On the donor classifications, we have new donors, we have 22, regular donors 33, irregular donors 47, one-time donors 73, corporate donors 71, totaling 196. I would love to thank Mrs. Joyfoam and Mrs. Uniware Systems for the rent-free accommodation given to STF over a long period of time. And to all you donors, they say that money cannot buy love. And that's a fact. However, to all you donors, you have shown your love for many through your donation. Thank you for creating a way to help so many people. The most noteworthy contribution was when we got our own alumni is giving back to STF this year. Two of them, Jay Shri, working in Gavis Technologies, and John Douglas, working as an assistant manager in Chennai Petroleum, who took this important decision in consultation with his parents to donate rupees 50,000. What an inspiring thought this is. No more words from me. Hear it from him. Over to Johnny Walker for the extra mile he is walking. Sorry, JD, John Douglas. Thank you.
Thank you for the great introduction, sir. Good evening to one and all present here. It has always been a great pleasure to be a part of our STF Annual Day program. My name is John Douglas, a qualified cost and management accountant, qualified in the year 2017 with All India 11th rank, and now working as an assistant manager finance in Chennai Petroleum Corporation Limited. This wouldn't be possible without our STF support, both morally and financially. All my education needs, including my tuition fees at Loyola and my coaching fees for CMA, was taken care of. And so I could concentrate on my education well. By God's grace, I got settled with good job. Once I started working, the transformation started to blossom into our life. We shifted from one-room house to 2 BHK rented flat in a good locality. We made ourselves comfortable. I stopped my mother from going for a cooking job, and we cleared all our debts. The greatest joy for our family was our first family flight journey and holiday. I took my mother and brother by flight to Kolkata for my CMA convocation. But besides all this, I always thought of doing something for our STF. There is a universal law which is unknown to most of the people. It is called the law of giving and receiving. This law is simple. If you want to be blessed with all good things in the life, learn to bless silently everyone with the good things in the life. I just embraced this law with a motto of be a receiver for a while and be a giver till you die. And the point came in my life to be a giver. I just made my first small contribution to our STF. This contribution changed my bank balance, which is insignificant when compared to the magic it's going to do in the student's life through STF. I wish I'll continue this forever. I just want to say one thing to all our donors. You people are the real life changers to all the students' life. I have experienced it and I know how my life has changed. Now, by being a donor myself, I'm thrilled that I can be changers in the student's life. As Tony Robinson said, do more, give more, be more, serve more, and you'll have the opportunity to earn more. All you people are going to earn a great place in their heart forever. Not only because you supported them financially, but also more than that, you planted a seed in them to be a giver. Thank you. Up next is Head of Mentoring, Shashi Rekha ma'am.
John, after listening to you, I'm feeling I'm not very I'm just wondering, what am I doing here? You've really shown us what it is to be mentored in STF and come back as a donor. And I'm sure that gives you a full story of what mentorship is all about in STF. So, well, what does it imply to be a mentor at STF? It is to be a container and just hold the space for the mentees to grow to their full potential. Just be there and allow them to grow. Pay attention to the quality of mentor-mentee relationship, which can influence growth not only in the mentor, but also in the mentee. Usually we feel that always we are, the belief that we are giving, so somebody else who's receiving is the one growing. But I think what we heard from John has made it very clear that the one who gives is the one who receives most. So that's why I mentioned particularly on the quality of the mentor-mentee, and the richer person is definitely the mentor. Leveraging contacts and opening new windows of opportunities for the mentees. Leave no stone unturned. And create a web of collective intentions to lay new paths for more mentees. We believe that by coming together and synergizing, we will come up with new ideas of taking this mission of Sugun Thomas Foundation forward. So that's about what it is all about, being a mentor. And let's see what it is about building bridges here. Mentorship is all about just building bridges, just allowing the growth of the mentee and helping them to move over from 1A to Z. So here in this process, we do believe that we need to share more information about the mentees to the mentors, especially in this COVID times when so much of it is online. So there's a lot of data which needs to be collected about the mentees and then passed on to the mentors, and facilitate effective communication of the mentors and mentees. We mentioned this particularly about facilitating communication because we are dealing with grown-up children who are in the process of becoming adults. And so this is done, we're conquering it more with love and facilitating the process of communication. Have a system to keep in touch with the students as well as the mentors. This is a very important process because we need to know how the communication is going and how the mentor feels at the end of the whole. I just hope all of us do recognize that mentorship is also a very, very honorable voluntary service. So the one who volunteers should feel a great joy of this service. So that's why we are trying to keep this in touch, and we're very grateful to Shivagami, who constantly is the mama mentor who makes a call and finds out how the children are doing and then connecting the dots and seeing if they are communicating and so on. Optimize opportunities to build relationships and personal growth of mentors. As I'm reading the chat, I would like to acknowledge that I do hear that some voices coming forward to already say that here it is, I'm ready to offer some support for the students, be it in psychosomatic texts, assessments and help of whatever sorts. So that's what it is all about. We do hope to harvest all the help that we get from various resources to make it available for the mentors who constantly need to know how to go about with the process, as well as to benefit the mentees. Assessment of the skills of mentees to equip for jobs. That's the need of the hour, especially when things are shifting with new technology. It is not sufficient that we just allow the child to study the BA or the BCom or whatever subject that they are doing, but also to equip them with sufficient amount of skills, acknowledging where their baseline is and helping them to grow. And continue to provide a lot of soft skill training. We are very, very grateful to the number of organizations who have helped us and accompanied these children along the way and given them right down to tutoring them online or even on a WhatsApp call on how to present themselves at an interview and how to win their future. And this is something which is constantly needed, and we find innovative ways of continuing to do it. Work out a system to monitor mentoring process. We are growing, we are constantly learning, we are very happy to learn. So we do claim that we need all the possible feedback, especially from our mentees themselves, to know how we can do better as the substitute parents or sometimes the bigger parent in their life in the process of mentorship. And yes, we wish to I'm sure you heard about how we are mapping the donor as a mentor to the mentee. And I am sure that the donors who are mentors now are enjoying the beautiful relationship of watching their mentee flourish. And I'm very, very sure about it, because you know that you are investing in the right place. And when you see even one good morning from them, you know that, you know what, my child is just not studying in his architecture or whatever, but he even knows how to be grateful and how to keep communicating, and more so. So that's why this mapping is very vital for us. We wish to form a continuous communication channel. We are constantly using all socials, not only the social media, but actively learning how to use the two thumbs on WhatsApp to keep communicating, not only with our students and also with our mentors on the parallel line. And helping each other. It's very refreshing and helpful to see that one concern of a mentee is posted in a mentor group, and there is a buzz of them who are saying, hey, you can do this, hey, you can do that. And then the child already has got an answer to how he or she can do further. So that's something which we are very constantly encouraging to use. And we do wish to recognize that in this pandemic, we cannot be, it's not enough to be empathetic, but what is more important is to really look and see with fresh eyes and soft eyes on our mentees, especially the ones who are coping with the harsh reality of losses and grief. And so we are constantly helping them by just not being available and present for them, but we are looking at any support for therapy and mental or for supporting mental health of every one of our mentees. So if there is anyone out here who says, hey, I can help you, just remember, you're just a text away. We would be very happy to use your support on this. We wish to equip all, not only the mentors, but also the mentees to cope with the new now. And we wish to particularly say, I'm including the mentors here in this, because if we need to continue keeping in communication and spread our wings beyond the city, then we need to also equip ourselves with suitable skills to continue online. We are looking at partnering with other organizations who are also doing similar mentorship programs. And we hope that we will have a big hub of mentors available for the students. And yes, we are at every possible opportunity, we disseminate and share internship opportunities which are available in there for skill development across organizations, and share this. And never miss a chance of accompaniment as a friend, guide, buddy all the time. One recent thing which we wish to lay focus on is peer support. And I think it's not that we keep doing it, it's more so that the mentees do it among themselves. So that's one thing that we are encouraging. Well, what's new? We are shifting online, yes. And so we celebrated our valedictory function for the 2020 batch in a very, very significant way online. We're very glad that we could do it. And every student who graduated from the various courses in their local colleges also were bestowed with their lovely certificates and their hats and their caps. And we had a lovely ceremony online. And we hope to continue. This has given us a new idea of how we can continue to acknowledge our valedictorians in the future. What is very, very interesting is also that we have mentees now, mentors across the world. So here, this is an invitation for anyone across the world. Just remember, distance, time is never a barrier in creating an opportunity to be a mentor and enjoying that joy of being one. So we welcome you to be a mentor from whichever part of the world that you wish to join in. Yes, we have created a circle of mentors. And this is a platform for us to co-learn and co-create new ways to animate mentorship, because even I'm sure as parents today, we all acknowledge that growing up with children is a constant learning process. And similarly, growing up with children as mentors is even bigger and a bigger lessons to learn. So we are happy to have this platform to co-create new ways to animate mentorship. So on this note, I would like to just give you the status. Here we have 43 mentors today with 26 very active mentors. And we have 20 new mentors from across the globe who are adding new joy for the mentees. And well, there is every mentor has the apple of their eye is one-to-one mentorship programs. And there are some who have space for two. So we have 11 of them who say, yeah, come on, you can, I'll take care of you and you as well. We have one excellent, brave heart who is happy to do it as 1:3. We have one mentor with 3 mentees, and I really salute that mentor. And we have 21 new children here waiting to be mentored. And here is an open invitation inviting many more mentors to join in. And of course, we have the ones, the mentors of erstwhile times who have always stood with us, and we harvest their wisdom to take things into the future. Thank you very much. And on that note, we hope to hear from you at the end of this meeting to say that you have signed up as a mentor to enjoy the relationship that you will gain of not just being the apple of one's eye, but the apple of the STF mentee's eye. Thank you so much. And on that note, I would like to invite Ravi Shankar, who's heading communication and placement, to share the exciting joys for STF in the present times.
Thank you, Shashi. Hi, everyone. Shashi, you leave me completely speechless, but speak, I believe I must. I would be brief and let my slides speak. What I've done is I have divided this into 2 presentations. One is on the most important and critical aspect of life to our children, which is placements. And then the second part of the presentation, after a little interlude, will be on communication and what we have done about it. We had 16 children who passed out in the previous batch, and all of whom we are very happy to report have been able to find jobs. But in all humility, with all humility, let me tell you that this has largely been an unstructured effort. We need to be far more structured about it in future, especially because of the numbers of our children going up. And obviously, because the economic conditions, the market conditions are not the same as before, we would need to have very special efforts in the next month, in the next few months, in the next few years, to ensure that we have a plan for each child going forward, far ahead of the placement season. So the idea is to, look at skill building of the final batch much in advance of the placement time. And we have been in talk, as I think Cherin spoke, we had a kind of a round table with a few senior people in industry, philanthropists, executives, senior executives. We have a lot of ideas now in terms of how do we impart skills, how do we create programs, specific programs, etc. And we hope to roll them out very, very soon. A few activities related to skill building and employment that happened already. Thanks to Pooja Majumdar and Kamal Peter, 9 learning sessions were conducted by Oracle. And this included various aspects. I'm not going to read out each of these, but very useful for the children. Spoken English classes for 6 STF children was also conducted by Preeta through Rotary. And a few other sessions also happened. What we are now looking at is initiatives in the IT side, which therefore makes our children far more employable and very quickly. We are in discussions with an IT training firm that teaches programming and data science courses in the vernacular. They've accepted our request to include us in their CSR program, which would be a free program for our children. We've also enrolled with Infosys Springboard, which is their flagship skill building program, where they have a very large number of courses. And we hope to have our children getting benefited from these hundreds of courses that are there. What we really wish to achieve in the next few years is, brand and offer STF as a campus, as a preferred campus to recruiters, where recruiters and companies that we know of, or companies that see a great potential in our children, come to STF as they would go to another engineering campus or a medical campus or a law school campus, to actually hire people from, STF. This is what our dream is all about. This is so much about the placement side. We are aware of the challenges that our children are going to face in the next 2-3 years. With a large number of children, Susan said we're looking at 100 a year. And therefore, we are gearing up with a lot of things. Mr. Ramesh Ramanathan, for instance, has offered us an opportunity to offer our children hospitality skill building programs under the aegis of his company. Other people also do this thing. So in the next couple of months, we're going to collate all those things and then see how we can, offer it to our children on a one-to-one basis, understand what each of our children really want. Some of the initiatives are, we have created a WhatsApp group for course completion in 21-22 along with their mentors. And we hope to do this for other batches as well, so that our peer learning also improves a lot. I think this is time for me to introduce Kishore, an alumni of our 2021 batch. Kishore works with TCS as a programming trainee, and we hope to see him, grow in TCS to great heights. Over to you, Kishore.
Yeah. Good evening to one and all. And my name is Kishore. I did my BE Mechanical Engineering in Velamal Institute of Technology with the support and the guidance from STF. And I'm ever grateful to STF. I'm currently working in TCS as Assistant System Engineer Trainee. I underwent plenty of struggle to get this job, but now I am so happy that I have got my dream job. STF and my mentor Verghese sir supported me and guided me to take additional courses which were really helpful and useful for me to develop my skills technically. This has also helped me to get job at TCS. Also, through STF, we had various sessions conducted by Oracle like resume writing, communication skills, how to talk in interviews, do's and don'ts in interviews, personal branding, etc. With all these inputs that I got in STF and the confidence that was built in me, I succeeded in getting placement at TCS. The lesson I learned from this and what I want to share to my all fellow STF students is that getting a job is tough today. Try not to lose it by lack of necessary skills. So keep upgrading yourself every day. Keep learning. Sky is not the limit. Thank you. And back to Mr. Ravi Shankar sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Kishore. That was great advice. Yes, I mean, opportunities just don't come fall onto your lap these days. It's getting tougher and tougher. So a whole lot of effort is required. I'll move to the second aspect of my presentation, which is about communication. We set out to completely revamp all our communication platforms, build a new website, create a social media presence, and also have a new format and new content in our quarterly newsletters. We're happy to report that we've been able to achieve all that. Our new website is up and ready with new content, new visuals, and showcasing all our beneficiary students and a lot more than what was before. It's fairly contemporary. We also have as Mr. Charian said, the donor to children mapping exercise done. We also have the payment gateway, which is an application as part of the website, making it easy for donors to donate and all that. Our new newsletter was also released in the new format, thanks to, to one of our children, it's mentioned, beneficiaries, Jayachandran, who's going to speak after this. Jayachandran is an amazing person. I realized that when I was working with him on the website, extremely creative, both on the layout as well as content. And grateful thanks to him for creating such a, lovely newsletter. I'd sent this newsletter to probably about 40 or 50 of my friends and various groups, and everyone appreciated this newsletter. We realize the criticality of social media going forward. All of you, including the children, are, I'm sure, active on Facebook and LinkedIn and various other social media platforms. So we've just laid a foundation for our social media presence. We are now present on Facebook and LinkedIn, and hope to have a lot more richer content soon on these two platforms. A couple of screenshots of our new website, if you see here. This is our Facebook and LinkedIn page. And this is the new newsletter. We have continued to call it the Mentor, but a lot more new content. I urge all of you to access the newsletter, go through our website, go through Facebook and LinkedIn, give us your comments. Over to Jayachandran, who's a phenomenon by himself. He's doing his BE in ECE with the Meenakshi Sundararajan Engineering College. He's been a consistent school topper, class topper, extremely creative guy. He's now interning for a food startup company as a graphic designer. Thank you, Jayachandran. Over to you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the introduction. Good evening to one and all present here. My name is P. Jayachandar, and I am pursuing my bachelor's in Electronics and Communication Engineering in Meenakshi Sundararajan Engineering College. I strongly believe that every decision we have ever made has brought us to where we are today. It was 2020, lockdown, pandemic, deaths, global economic slowdown, job losses. The LUC year 2020 was not easy on me as well. It was in the month of November, and I was into the medical counseling with a NEET score of 512 out of 720. However, I have missed getting a medical seat and the dream of becoming a doctor by few marks. Now I had two options left. One was to wait and repeat myself again at NEET 2021 or change my mind to another different stream. But being the elder son, due to certain family reasons, I had to go with the second option. With great difficulty, I made up my mind and decided to pursue engineering. They say everything you ever need to know is within you, and the secrets of the universe are imprinted on the cells of your body, and that's how I landed here. I got a management quota seat in ECE in Meenakshi Sundararajan Engineering College, Kodambakam. Here again, I had to face a hurdle. My family could not afford to pay the large sum of fees. Being an optimist, I never lost hope and always knew that everything happens for a reason. At the time, I came to know about STF through my school and STF alumni, Mr. Christopher. I approached STF for support. The selection process was nearing to close, but by God's grace, they have selected me for the scholarship and are giving me educational support. I have been assigned with a mentor, Mr. K.R. Vergis, who guides me in the right path and is molding me to reach great heights. After a few months of my joining in college, I received my National Balshri Award from the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu for my creative works in the field of visual arts and graphic designing. STF recognized my skill and supported me to take it to the next level. I was really excited the day that this was my first chance to design a newsletter for an official organization. I had to understand the importance of communication and what I needed to portray. I had the experience of working for STF. I'm really happy that one organization trusted me, allowed me to know the operation of the organization and recognized my skill and helped me to take it to the next level. And I am very proud to have designed the STF newsletter. Life is a mystery to everyone, and we have surprises daily. Let's have the hope, believe, and wait for our time. Thank you. And next, I would like to invite Miss Susan ma'am to give a glimpse about the alumni interaction in place of Sudakshana ma'am.
Yeah, unfortunately, our head of alumni, Sudakshana, could not be here. So I will be making the presentation on her behalf. Today we have a total of 219 alumni. and they work in 80 different companies. And 4 of our alumni are outside India, and we have about 90% of them employed and 10% either looking for jobs or looking for changes in their jobs. The major companies our alumni are in, obviously, would be IT. We have 7 in TCS, 7 in CTS, 6 in Accenture, 5 in Infosys, 2 in Capgemini, 3 in Wipro, and 2 in Zoho. We have a lot of other industries also represented, from manufacturing to automobile, financial services, public sector companies, banks, and even the postal service. We also have alumni working in hospitals. We have them in legal offices, nursing homes. So we have our alumni in different places across India and outside. What is the role of our alumni? For one, to form a network of change within the communities they live in. As I had mentioned earlier, we see them as the change in the communities that they came from. And we believe that they will build that change in the communities they live in. We expect that they help and support each other. We have an alumni WhatsApp group where matters of job changes, career movement, advice for that is asked. You know, lifestyle changes. For example, if someone is buying a car, which car should we buy? You know, recently we heard that Vignesh had bought a Skoda. So it is wonderful how you know, we see this exchange between the alumni to mentor the new students of STF. You know, some of our alumni are over 10 years experienced, and we expect that they could be mentors. In fact, we already have some of them acting as junior mentors or buddies to our students. And most of all, to be brand ambassadors. We have our alumni speaking at various events for us and talking about STF and what it has meant for them. So alumni are a key group for us, and we are so grateful that we have all of them with us still today. From this year on, every January 26th, we want to celebrate Alumni Day. So I'm inviting all our alumni already for next January 26th, where we can share our stories and build new relationships. Thank you. Now I request Tamil Selvan, who is one of our alumni, to speak over here.
Thank you, ma'am. Very good evening to all present here. I have completed BE in Geoinformatics from Anna University, Chennai, and I'm currently working as a Geographic Informatics System Consultant at Directorate of Public Health, Chennai. I remember those days when I was in a tough situation, thinking about my future, even though I had 95% in my 12th public. My father had been working as a driver, and my mother was a housemate. I clearly understood that my parents would not be able to afford any higher education. I was fortunate to hear about STF through one of my friends. Initially, I thought STF only provides financial support for higher education to those who are good at studies, but I was wrong at that time. I was interviewed by Susan ma'am, and she was very kind at me, and she gave me the hope that I needed. STF provided me with an excellent mentor, Sudakshana ma'am, who taught me to grow into a responsible and determined individual in life. My mentor always backed me when I was down, and she helped me in my journey. In my 3rd year at college, I was selected for an internship at Northeastern Space Application Center, Shillong. I was very scared but excited at the same time. I did not know how to take this, and I did not know anything about the place, how to travel, etc. But my mentor gave me the confidence, and she motivated me to explore new things in life. It was a true blessing for me to get such a wonderful mentor through STF. Being an alumni of STF I can still feel the same care and support from my mentor and STF. All the alumni are connected to each other and help each other in various aspects of life. This moral support from other alumni and the mentors is what makes me very strong and makes STF special to me. This is what inspiring me, and I hope one day I will also help the students of STF in any way possible, because I know that one such help could create a huge impact in someone's career. I have seen it my life through to STF. I can clearly divide my life journey into two phases, as before STF and after STF. Such an impact STF has created in my life. Now I am able to balance my family's financial needs and take care of my mother well. It was all due to STF. I'm very grateful to STF, and it's been a blessing for me to grow under the guidance of STF. Thank you isn't really enough to express my gratitude towards STF. Now I like to call Ms. Susan Thomas, Secretary of STF, to give away the concluding remarks. Thank you.
So we have almost come to the end of today's function. As all of you know, the journey is as important as the outcomes. You have heard our journey. You have heard all these children talk about the tough times they've had in their lives and how a simple help from STF has changed the course of their journeys. Our outcomes are our students. The success of STF lies in their confidence, in their generosity, in their caring, and their knowing that the journey on which they are is a result of the hard work, passion, and the kindness of numerous individuals along the way. It's so wonderful to see all the students here, and truly they are the reason why we are here. It was Sugun's 55th birthday just 2 days ago. This is not what we would have imagined as the celebrations would be, but life throws us various curveballs, and our catching them and meeting them positively defines our success. I thank God for Sugun's life and what we have been able to do as a tribute to his life. The Sugun Thomas Foundation has grown, and I really wish with all your support, we will grow further and further. I now request Roshan Kurian, our founder trustee, to please say the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry, I think my camera is not that great. Anyway, good evening, everyone. I'm Roshan Kurian. I am founder trustee of the Sugun Thomas Foundation, and this trust has really grown since the time we started 16 years back. And I'm sure that Sugun is smiling at us from above and feeling proud about the work that this foundation is doing. It's quite a remarkable achievement that STF has nearly 300 beneficiaries and 222 of the alumni are being employed. The alumni are an inspiration to the fledgling students of the foundation, and they all look up to them. So it is apt to begin my vote of thanks, thanking all the children of the STF for being the reason for our existence and for making our life more meaningful. You do us all proud. I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to the donors who believed in our work and given their finances to support this noble cause. We especially are grateful to the corporate donors who have trusted us in supporting more and more children in finding a better future. The mentors hold a special place in STF, as each of our children have recounted their valuable role in their lives. We owe them a big shout out for their useful and selfless service. We are grateful to the faculty and principals of the many colleges and schools that have supported our children and made their future a reality. The special care they take to the STF children warms our heart. We are indebted to the various companies that have taken in our STF children. I'm sure they will work to their fullest potential and be an asset to their companies. I take this opportunity to thank all our well-wishers and supporters over the years, and those who have been attending our annual day function year after year and have always been there to cheer us on. Last but not the least, I'd like to thank Shivagami and Maheshwari who have outdone themselves in organizing this event. That's a lot of good people to be grateful for. Thank you one and all, and also for attending this program today. Thank you.
So with that, we've come to the end. Thank you all for joining. If anyone would like to make any comments or talk, you're free to. We'll keep this open for the next 15 minutes.
If there is any young new mentee who would like to speak, you are also equally welcome, okay? Just have to unmute and speak. We go in the order, your voice is first. Come on, just pick up the, unmute yourself and speak. And of course, anybody else is also most welcome.
So Susan and the team, I just want to really congratulate all of you for the excellent work you are doing. Really amazing to see Sugun Thomas Foundation grow. And I've not been in touch this year due to several reasons, but we are going to be, definitely supporting the foundation and definitely with you in all, your initiatives. Thanks. And to the students and the alumni, the way you speak is so inspiring. Even when we were in school, probably in the best school, I don't think, we used to speak so well. So congratulations to all of you and to all the mentors and the Sugun Thomas Foundation to make this happen. That's the most inspiring part, the way all of you speak. So thank you again.
Thanks, Prakash.
I became part of the STF Foundation maybe a couple of years ago, and I found such a fantastic feeling of soul satisfaction by mentoring Indu. And she's done really well and has got a position now in 2 or 3 companies and has been in touch with me about what to take. I think the Sugun Thomas Foundation is doing a fantastic job. And as always, I'm really grateful to be part of this. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Sumana.
Susan, fabulous job as always. It feels strange being a spectator, but amazing job, and the amount you guys have pulled off this year is fantastic. Congrats to everybody on the team. Really fantastic job.
To all those who don't know, Vinita was our previous secretary, so she laid the foundation for all this. Any children want to speak?
Maybe I'll jump in there. Preeti, I don't know if you can hear me at all.
Yes, so they can hear you.
Friend of Sugun and a supporter of the foundation from the beginning. But look, without repeating what others have said, the one thing I always observe when I deal with the Sugun Thomas Foundation is it's very centered, and there's something very morally right about everything that's done. And it just brings back memories of Sugun right from the beginning, in terms of there've been many occasions where, we could have gone left or we could have gone right. And whenever Sugun was there, it was always very, very balanced. And there's just a very wholesome approach to the whole thing. And it's just very heartwarming to see the young sort of, participants in the foundation really, really come through. So, I just wanted to say it's been probably one of the best investments of time and effort on my part, as little as it might be. And I just wish everybody all the best, many more to come.
Thank you, Sugun Thomas Foundation, for the great help, and I'm very, very grateful to you. Thank you.
Wonderful, Nandana. Wonderful to hear from you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can I hear some more voices from children? You don't have to feel shy.
I'm sure our alumni can.
Yeah, you can. This is not a speech, okay? So you just say what you feel. If we were physically gathering, we would be actually sharing so many lovely stories of our successes, our joys, our journey, and then celebrating together and dreaming a little more. So it would be nice to hear a few more voices. Come on, guys. Is there anybody else? Just be a little brave. And next year we will get special certificate for Sugun Thomas Foundation saying, you know what, these guys are super TED Talk speakers. I think we'll have to fix a special slot in TED Talk for our ST. I'm just dreaming, okay? Please flatter my dreams. But I'm sure you girls and boys are doing so well that we could have a special session like this. So yeah, who's going to be speaking next?
Thank you, Shashi ma'am, for motivating to speak. It was great, great pleasure to be a part of this session. So, being a student of STF, being guided by STF, I think the session was wow. So, just a small thing. I had heard a quote, we rise by lifting others up. So that is what STF is doing and will do. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Irfana.
What wisdom, Irfana. Thank you. So we rise by lifting others. And you know what? You will also be lifting many more. So God bless you. Thank you so much.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, Adelina.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I want to really thank this Sugun Thomas Foundation for selecting me. I was actually praying to God. I want a platform. I want a support for my studies. After listening to these much speeches and those who achieved, I also wish to do help after me growing like this. After I achieve my success, I would really be a part of the Sugun Thomas Foundation, and I will also lift up many children like myself. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you.
You know what? Today, Sugun will be happy every time he hears these extra impromptu gratitude pot overflowing. So thank you, my dear children. Is there anybody else who would like to just make Sugun an extra bit happy? Any other kids who would like to share?
Hi, ma'am. So this is Manikandan. And yeah, hi, ma'am.
Hi, Mani.
Hi, ma'am. So for me personally, it's a big journey. So I've been part of this almost more than 10 years. So as far as the annual day celebration is concerned, so I've been there from the initial days of celebration. So we've been there from the Union Christian, then MCC, and then everything. So in this pandemic situation, and then considering all these, many of us have lost dear ones and loved ones in our circle itself. So, hearing all the stories from the other students like John or anyone else like Jay Chandran, so it keeps inspiring us. It motivates us to do, because if you see, like it will motivate others to do more and keep the STF more proud. And as ma'am has mentioned, that we are the ambassadors of these foundations. So I think it is every year the responsibilities keeps on adding on the alumni, so that when someone wants to help us, STF, so we have to have the right face, and we have to tell them that yes, this is the right foundation, that my investment doesn't go in waste. So that I think every year our responsibilities keep increasing, and I think we'll definitely not let you down, even though if we don't keep up the mark. And I think I wish that I should not keep anyone let down, and I'll try my best to keep everyone proud. And the one part that I'm very happy is that we have been doing. I mean, I personally, asking to meet this alumni meetup every year, and we end up with only photo shoot, like in emerging person. So now that ma'am mentioned, every year we are going to have this January 26th, that I am very happy, and every alumni will be very happy to meet and get together, and it will be great use of for me. We can share resources, like make use of the resources. We alumni are in different industries or anything. So right now we are all helping in each other way. So when alumni all get together, and if we come to know on everything, like, so we can channelize and we can make use of the alumni like in even more effectively. And that's my point of view. Thank you so much.
Wonderful to see your face, Manikandan. We are all awaiting to attend your wedding. Many brides have gone, but we have not had a bridegroom. So if your parents do not arrange a girl, we will take the responsibility and arrange.
No, sir. Basically, they are in hurry also. Definitely.
Yeah, looking forward to that, Manikandan.
Sure, ma'am. Maybe next year I'll make that announcement. Maybe.
Wow.
Good.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you in advance. I'm expecting. I don't know what will happen next.
Anyone else?
Ma'am, good evening to all. I like to thank on behalf of all the students. Thank you, Susan ma'am, donors, especially my mentors and all STF members for your great support to us and guiding like a star of the sea. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. I'm Yuva Surya, ma'am.
Yes, Yuva Surya.
Ma'am, first of all, I want to thank